So today I have been cleaning. And the reason why is because my two beautiful babies will be down in Atlanta with me for 2 weeks. I have to travel a couple hours to go and get them because they live on a beach. And then we travel back and we have a good time. But I know that when they come, I want everything to be, spotless. I want everything to be clean. But what I wanted to do today is actually something interesting. I have a spiritual counselor who kind of talks to me a lot about spiritual things. He tries to keep my mind focused on spiritual aspects of life so that I don't get too caught up in the world of entertainment, that I always try to retain some sort of positive perspective about the purpose of life. And what she told me to do this week was to eat upon some spiritual readings and think about the metaphysical and the otherworldness of life. And that actually brings me to something I want to do tonight. And I would actually like to share an experience that I had when I was younger to get y'all's opinions. So I like to think about life from both perspectives. People who don't believe in an afterlife or the spirit. And then I like to look at it from the perspective of people who do and those who've had experiences. I fall on the line of a person who's had multiple experiences with the metaphysical, the things that are hard to explain. And I would like to tell you guys a story. So I am originally from Louisiana, and I was raised in a place called Natal-Benny, Louisiana, Hammond, Louisiana, if you guys are familiar with that area. I also spent a lot of time in New Orleans, and I had a lot of opportunities to be around something called voodoo. The house that I lived in when I was younger was built from the ground up. My father used to work from the government, so he had access to getting a house built. So apparently the house was built on Indian burial ground. And I remember having some very strange experiences there. And in order to make the story interesting, I am going to cue some music. So I remember being on our swing set. I remember it being myself, my brother, and my mother who were outside, and it was a nice sunny day. And I remember my mom sitting out there with my brother and watching him. I had to use the restroom. So when I went into the house, when you come into the house, as soon as you come in, you are in the living room. So right there on your right-hand side is where the couch and the living room area is. As you continue forward, you go into a hallway. If you were to make a left, there would be 2 bedrooms to the right, a restroom at the end of the hallway, and then if you make a left, you would be in the master bedroom. But if you keep going straight in the hallway and you make a right, that will lead into our kitchen, okay? In the kitchen, right, if you go and make a left and go all the way up and bust a right, we would be in the laundry room. The laundry room had a restroom. But you could also go in the kitchen and go straight and end up in our den. I hope all that's making sense. But the quickest restroom was into the kitchen area. So I remember going in there. It was a lot of natural light at the time. There were no lights cut on that I could recall. I remember just feeling the natural light. And I remember going in the restroom. And I remember cutting on the light. And I remember being a little scared. For whatever reason, I had a very odd, weird feeling when I went in there. And when you come in the restroom, if you go up a little further, there is like a stack of shelves where we would keep toilet paper and all that good stuff. And then if you go a little further, there was the restroom, the little toilet. So I remember using the restroom, coming right back to the entrance a little bit, using the sink, washing my hands, and I remember looking in the mirror. And when I looked in the mirror, I felt a weird presence. And then I felt something smaller than me tug on my shirt. And when I looked down, it was a little Native American child tugging on my shirt. And I remember freaking me out. It was weird. And then the little Native American kid kind of signaled for me to follow him, and he went, and right where the restroom or the toilet was, which is what I had just used, he went behind that wall. And I followed the kid, looked back there, and there was nothing there. and I remember freaking out, and I ran out of the house. So I have countless experiences and stories that I could tell you about strange occurrences like that, and I would experience a lot of different things growing up until I had a very traumatic experience, which I'll tell some other story. But I wanted to see what you guys think. Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in the afterlife? What are your thoughts? Please comment below and let me know what you think. But I am not a person to believe in imaginary things. I can only tell you what I've experienced in my 32, 33 years worth of life. But I distinctly remember that experience, and I remember being a Native American child, and I remember that feeling, that weird, odd feeling that I had when I entered the house when no one was there. So comment below, let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm about to wake up in a few hours and get ready to go pick up my baby, so I'm definitely excited about that. But let me know what you guys think about my story and if you believe it or not.